is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.
And welcome to this week's edition of the John Peacock Coaches Show. I'm John Masoni here with Venice Indian head football coach John Peacock. And Coach, you've always talked about the summertime when you practiced a quick change, things that are going to happen on the spot. I think last week was about as quick change as you could get in regular season with a hurricane to deal with. The idea that you didn't know if you were going to play a game until that morning, which is always kind of tough to kind of get yourself in the right frame of mind. But you went down to Lehigh and put up a 50-7 victory.
Yeah, along those lines, a lot of our partners also stepped up very quickly.
Yeah.
Obi's getting their post-game meal done. Luna's getting the pre-game meal done. That was huge for us. Mike over there at Luna's to get that done, and then Tim at Obi's to get the post-game deal done. And they didn't find out until around noon.
Yeah,
to be honest,
that's it.
They did a great job of helping out in that situation. And, the night before, I didn't think there was any way we were playing. I was inches from
water in the house.
The house being a boat, so grateful that we played. I think it's kept us on track, so now we're not going to be, at some point, fighting to play that game on a Monday or a Tuesday late in the season. It keeps us on track, kind of doing everything we're supposed to be doing.
And people ask, well, why can they just cancel the game? No, it's a district game.
District game, you got to play it.
Got to play it. So trying to figure it all out would have been difficult, and trying to put that all together. So getting down there and getting it started, and kudos to Lee County and Lehigh to be able to get that done as well.
They did a great job getting it ready and making decisions. I think they only missed Thursday from school, so they were able to practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was going to give our team off Wednesday regardless, and then school got canceled Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So not seeing those kids, and we didn't have anybody late. It was really, really smooth. From being away from them to just putting out a tweet. Hey,
right,
we're on. And everyone's on time. I told them before we left. There's a good chance I don't see you again. I told them Tuesday, good chance I don't see you until Friday. Listen, but if we're playing, this is the plan. This is where you're supposed to be, and everything worked out great. Luckily, none of our kids, were flooded in or had any big time damage.
No big problems.
So that was really good news that everyone was safe and was able to get there on Friday.
This game, unlike the other games we had all year, was a little bit lopsided, and so you got a chance to kind of get your second team in there. You started Alex Schaefer at quarterback, but different game altogether. I mean, your approach was different. How do you come out of that? How do you feel about the team after that?
We've been in some battles up to that point. We've been in 5, really 6 battles dating back to Gadsden County. I mean, we played 6 really good football teams, all on the top of their division. Really, really quality football, and we were put ourselves. Not always. I don't think we were always in a situation where we were about to lose a game, but we put ourselves in a situation where we had to battle the whole game.
Yep.
And then that Cocoa game, that was a 4-quarter battle.
It might have been the cherry on top of the cake for that whole run. I mean,
their approach was a little different than ours. I mean, they used the passing game and did a lot of stuff through the air. And ours was like, hey, well, here we come, stop us. So we needed that break, and I purposely was going to give them off that one day during that week, but we got 3 days off, and we were always planning on starting Alex Schaefer that game. So, we were going to get a start to Alex. We sat out Marsters. We sat out Gator. We sat out Tanica. So there were some players we were able to sit out and get healthy, and then along those lines, there were some players that got some good experience.
No doubt about that. And maybe that could have been if knowing that you're going to start that game and you're the backup. Maybe that got the enthusiasm started really quick. I mean, because you think about, hey, I'm gonna start this game, and then now here comes a hurricane. You're like, darn, I was gonna get my shot.
Oh yeah, I was feeling horrible about that, but everything worked out. Everyone got to play, and the game wasn't too sloppy. It was definitely not the atmosphere we were used to. Very different atmosphere.
And the thing about too that also had to do with the storm, I would imagine too.
Yeah,
but they don't know they're going to play. They don't think they're going to play. where the kids were as far as that, so you didn't have that student body there to kind of turn them on.
But totally different atmosphere than what we've been playing in the last 6 games. So, we had to overcome that. So we had, that's the first time we've been sitting in a situation where, the stands aren't packed. It's not the game of the century,
right.
The game of the year, whatever. And our kids had to come out and do it in an empty stadium, and they had to get themselves ready to play. And I thought they did a good job.
No, there's no doubt about that. Standouts in the game. You had the running game was good. I think you had some good situations there, and then the regular cast of characters on as far as your receiving core is concerned as well.
Yeah, everyone got into John Ford got a lot of playing time. Rushed for 130 yards. Macho rushed for 130 yards. I think both quarterbacks threw for close to 100.
111 and 181. So that was
and
pretty close.
Jace had 2 touchdowns. He played 2 series, I believe. And then I thought Alex did a great job running the offense. I don't know how many yards rushing he had, but
he was up there 75, 80 yards, and then he had 111 yards passing.
So 111. So he was up to 200 yards total offense.
And I think that experience for him is invaluable.
Yeah.
Whatever the season has to unfold, he's got himself. He knows what he needs to do, and sometimes, like you said, whatever rust or whatever you want to say, game action, he got it right at that point.
Yeah, and the stats were probably the lowest.
Yeah,
they've been. We've had
running clock. Running
clock for one, and then short fields for the other. So, but I don't really care about stats, whatever. But they just weren't eye popping when you see like, oh, it's 50-7.
Right.
Sometimes it's like that, especially if you're getting a lot of short fields.
Yeah, no doubt. Because that's the thing. You look at it and you say, well, here's an opportunity. No, not necessarily, because you got to make sure that you're taking care of people. You're doing, you don't want to be in a situation where you're going bananas in order to try to get a stat line or whatever that may be.
No doubt.
No doubt. With that, we are again here at Bogies for the John Peacock Coaches Show, and again, every day or every time we're here, it's a little more crowded. People a little closer to us now.
It's packed right now.
It is packed right now. So I don't know if people are coming down.
They're coming to see us.
Well, they might be here. Yeah, that's true.
But they might be here.
I hope they're not here to see their damaged homes. That's what I don't hope that they're doing.
No.
I think more or less they're here now because this is the first flock of snowbirds to come back down, and so they're going to be in and around stuff, and so it's good to see that. And then of course. We like to see them come to the games as well. We want they see us here, come to the games on Friday night. With that, we'll take a break here from Bogies and come back and do some highlights on the Lehigh game, and after that, talk about the big game on Friday night. Another one of those. We took 1 week off and we went to the next level where we get to play the IMG National team, which is not, and kudos to you to schedule them again. But we've seen them quite a bit. Over the last
I was talking today, it was the fifth time we played them.
Yeah, so that's a lot considering what their reputation is. With that, we'll take a break. Be right back here on the John Peacock Coaches Show.
Thank you to our 2024 sponsors, Jenkins Chevrolet, the Hupp Group, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Tervis Tumbler, Absolute Aluminum.
We'll also have to thank SCF, State College of Florida, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Bogies of Venice, and Chick-fil-A in Pelican Plaza.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And we're back here at Bogies and the John Peacock Coaches Show. And Coach, we got to get those highlights out there because there's probably some numbers we haven't seen out there. We got to make sure we call out some names and get some recognition for those guys who work hard. Remember, those are the guys that are working hard in practice as hard as the starters are. Everybody sees Friday night, but those other 4 or 5 days of the week mean a lot.
Just as important.
Absolutely. Right now, highlights.
Yeah, so Alex came out, made a nice throw. Ryan makes a great catch over here, over the back of the defender here, and kept himself in bounds. You see Macho just, he keeps doing what he's doing. I mean, he's hard to tackle.
Looking
he
for
runs
contact
hard.
and running hard, man.
Getting his pad level down. You see a nice throw and catch. Winston, a touchdown there.
Yeah, very casually kept that foot in bounds, and it was a great play right there.
Cause fumble. We weren't able to come up with it, but their game plan was to come out and slow play it and try to get that clock running. And again, another nice catch by Winston.
They had some good athletes, but they had to play both ways. And that's that'll wear you down when you're playing us like that.
And again, Macho, can't say enough good things about him. He's been playing really well, getting better each week. Scotty, he gets to the one. He can get to the one.
Go.
Just can't get over that goal line. And again, another nice run. The offensive line is also, you got to say, they've been doing a good job and they're getting better each week. There's a nice RPO there to Malachi Corbett, who's been playing really well.
They're playing defense. That's Zarkowicz.
Yeah, with a sack, and then Rue comes up right here with a interception. Nice play too.
Yeah,
that was a great interception, and happy for him. He works his tail off.
And here's Nixon getting his 2 series.
Yeah,
it's a long one to
throw to Matulovic.
Yep.
And there's John Ford. We said he ended up with 12 carries, 130 yards.
130 yards. Yes.
Then another nice throw and nice catch by Winston. That's Dory, and they kind of were rotating like every 2 or 3 plays.
In the first half.
Ford, yeah. There's Ryan ran a great route there.
Oh, he was wide open.
Himself
right
wide
from the
open.
beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jace did a good job putting the ball right on him. And then here's a little part of the game that Alex has that's maybe a little bit better than Jace's as far as the dual threat part and running the ball.
Good play there by Worthington.
Yeah, I think you told me they had 3 first downs all night.
3 or 4, yeah. Block punt.
On safe. I don't know how we did that.
Hupp got in there and got a piece of it, so that was a good job by him.
Winston does a nice job here making some people miss and picks up about 20, 25 yards on a little just now play. Another RPO there. And,
close to the goal line.
Malachi, got him down to the 1, and then Alex, I think, no, we got Ford, or that was, I'm sorry, Macho. Macho got another touchdown there.
It was a long
this was a heck of a, some
big collision,
there. 4 people out in one play.
And again, just kind of,
I mean, you can see the offensive line working here. We're running 5 yards before we get touched.
Absolutely.
You see right there.
They're all downfield. Yeah.
And it was,
you can't see the running back. It's a good thing.
And I tell you, it's, as weird as it may seem, it was just a different type of ball game for them because they're not used to that.
Right.
That they're used to a different
battle
type of speed, right? And not getting that much push off the line. And you see, we came up with a big turnover there. They actually threw a nice pass down the field, or a big pass play, and we were able to get the turnover right after that. Again, John Ford running the ball. You see, this is the second half where we got all the
other guys.
Actually, got 2 guys that are on JV this is their first varsity action this week. We brought them up because we didn't want to keep the starters in the game. But again, Ford with a nice run.
Yeah, kind of picking his way. And he seemed his confidence grew as the game went on too. Another run for him.
Yeah, he did some nice things. He put his foot in the ground. He ran hard. He did some nice things for us for sure. Got down inside the 5, and then we were able to hit a little play action there to Euchre, which is nice.
Yeah, a little 1-yard little pop pass there.
He's like the scout offensive MVP every week. I mean, he's a hard worker.
So he deserved that touchdown.
Oh, for sure. And then Alex, who's the last play of the ball game right here. Alex
almost got
it in, lost his shoe and everything. But
so 50-7, the final score. I think what you just said near the end there about the offensive line getting that push 5 yards downfield, and they hadn't really had a chance to kind of have that kind of game.
Yeah, it was just a different type of ball game, and it was just a different feel to it, And obviously, when everything's hitting different, the running backs kind of don't know.
Yeah.
Because you get to a point where you're like, oh, I should be at second level, and you're still at first level. It's a little different.
Yeah. But I also thought, like you said, when guys were given an opportunity to make plays, their turn, they all seemed to respond with confidence and with success.
Yeah, no, I was very proud of the backup, especially, we had two offensive linemen, like I said, that was basically their second day up with us.
Right.
Because we only practiced, well, I guess it would be their third day. We practiced Monday and Tuesday, and then that was their first. Or actually, they only practiced with us. It was their second day. So that's a lot, ask for a young kid to do and step into a game right away and do that.
But again, I think that's the culture that you created. They know what they kind of expect.
Right.
They probably got friends in the varsity and know what's going to happen, and here comes their chance to get in there and plug in and do a good job. And I think that's when you know you can, that the next year you're going to have good. You can kind of count on some good players, and I think that comes from cohesiveness, comes from culture, comes from working hard in the summer. All those things that kind of work together. So I think in a game like this, more so than any other game, that's where you go to see the sort of the fruits of your labor, to see how the things you're doing are actually working out.
Yeah, it's a great reward for the kids that have been putting the time in at practice too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then of course, like I said, talking about Alex Schaefer with his opportunity there, you've seen as the game went on, his confidence built.
Yes.
Not just from the throwing perspective, but the running perspective. Because sometimes you think, oh, I'm going to put my foot in the ground and go. And, am I doing the right thing? And next thing, I am doing the right thing. And I do have enough speed to get to this.
Right.
And those kind of things against full live teams. Now, that team that we played was very thin as far as depth. But again, good athletes.
Oh, yeah,
guys that could run, guys that could do some stuff. So while you maybe not be getting the physicality of a team like Cocoa or Northwestern or that, but you still had the kind of the challenge of the speed of those athletes they had over there. So those kids did very, very well. Can't go out with talking about special teams again. Bruno Royce, 6 out of 7 for kickoffs in the end zone. Had one to the I thought the guy was in, and then Kenny came out. I don't know. It was weird. And then but 6 for 6 in extra points too. So again, that lends itself to no punts this week. So that was a nice deal.
Yeah, he is as advertised. He is the real deal.
He was the talk of the press box. Not there was a lot of people there at the press box, but he was definitely the one they were asking the most questions about.
He's fun to watch. He's a true competitor, and he's not like all the other kickers. You can have a conversation with him, and it's he's a real deal. So
and again, with some guys set out with injury. Talked a little about the defense the other day. A lot of guys got in. Marsters was out. Everybody started healing up on the defensive side of the ball too.
Yeah, we should be good to go. I think we're 100%. Everyone's playing. Even with the addition of getting Hupp back, so we're operating at 100% right now.
And I think that's a big part of it, because that puts your rotation backward. Because I know you had some guys that weren't playing the positions they should be playing, moving them around a little bit to kind of get them on the field. Right. I know that was kind of in the rotation, so I think that's good to know that everybody sort of got their shook off the injuries that they sort of accumulated. I think, I'm not saying it always happens, but 5 games like we had, or 6 games like we had, I should say, it's kind of a rough go. With that, we'll take a break, come back, and we'll talk about this week's opponent, IMG National team. Everybody, so I'll say it about 4 times. This is the national team, okay? This is not, there's white, blue, there used to be one team. Now there's a lot of teams. Right. And people get confused because I saw Lemon Bay play them. I saw this person play this. This is the team that everybody knows.
Ranked 4th in the country or something like that, yeah.
And so they'll be that team, and 5th time we'll be playing them as well, right?
5th time we're playing them, yeah.
So that is again. So with that, we'll come back and talk about Friday night's game. It'll be at Powell Davis Stadium, 7:30. IMG National shows up, and we'll see how it goes this time. Anyway, be right back here. Talk a little more about that right after this.
Thank you to our 2024 sponsors, Jenkins Chevrolet, the Hupp Group, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Tervis Tumbler, Absolute Aluminum.
Last, we'll have to thank SCF, State College of Florida, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Bogies of Venice, and Chick-fil-A in Pelican Plaza.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
We're back here at Bogies, for the John Peacock Coaches Show. And Coach, I went to break. We talked about our opponent this week. Dive in. What have you seen from the Ascenders national team this year?
I mean, what you'd expect. I mean, they got Division I players throughout their entire roster. There's really no weaknesses to them. They're 4 and 5 stars.
Yeah, across the board.
So we're going to have to play a pretty solid game. One thing that really, typically in these type games that really hurt you badly is special teams. Special teams and turnover battles.
Right.
And, it's like some reason you have all these turnovers, like all these teams have all these turnovers when they play IMG. Well, it probably has something to do with IMG.
Right.
I mean,
That's
they're getting to the ball a little faster.
It's not bad luck.
They're a little bigger. They're a little faster. They're a little stronger. And that sometimes results in turnovers. Special teams, I think, when I say special teams is like, when you play a really good team that has all these great athletes and you place the backups on special teams. Well, the backups just happen to be Division I football players.
Correct.
So typically now they're making these fields shorter and shorter and shorter. And so now the offense doesn't have to work as hard to score a touchdown. I do think that we're in a good spot in our special teams.
Yes.
We have now along those lines, like when we're kicking field goals or we're punting the ball, we have to do a really good job of protecting and make sure that we keep that advantage. But with Bruno Royce, like, I don't have to worry about, knock on wood, hopefully we don't have to worry about any returns,
right.
kickoff returns. I think last time we played him in 2022,
Yeah, it was 22 because we played him at home on national TV.
Yeah, so last time we played him in 2022, opening kickoffs returned for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So hopefully, and I told Royce today, I said, Royce got this little jersey from the Army All-American Bowl as All-American. I told him, if you don't get every one of those balls in the end zone, we're gonna burn that jersey. I no nice way to put it, but the jersey's getting burned. You know what I mean? There's not going to be any presentation of it because we're not going to have it.
Right.
So he assured me that that it would be in the end zone every time. So that's going to be huge. That's huge for us.
Yeah, it takes away, and we've seen it in big games where a blocked field goal or again a long kick return or something, a punt return it's not just a game, it's a momentum changer.
Right.
It's like, wow, okay, now that we just gave them one, so to speak, or gave them an opportunity to get a short field when we didn't need to do that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a huge.
And I feel real confident with him. If we can get to the 35-yard line, I want to go ahead and assume like, all right, we got 3 points, which is huge. We're going to have to score more than field goals to win the game.
Right.
But we get to the 35-yard line and we get 3 points, and we can do that over and over again. That's gonna amount for something.
Right.
And we got to make sure we protect well because they're, like I said, they got athletes. They're going to be a little faster, a little stronger, a little longer. So we got to do a good job. We really got to. What I'm trying to say is we got to win the special teams battle.
Right. Right.
We do have I would say we have a better kicker than they do and a better punter than they do. So let's win the kicking game. Yeah. At least.
And a lot of times teams that play them don't have that luxury.
Right.
They're used to seeing a team that comes out and. High school, the kicking is not plentiful.
Right.
If there's 30 teams in our area, how many guys are of that caliber?
Correct.
2,
so,
3.
So
that would be it.
We got to do a good job there, and then I think their strength of their team, the best position group on the field for them is their offensive line. They're really talented. They are obviously coached very well. Just watching the film. But they're big, they're physical, and they got a little edge to them too. I mean, that's what I like to see in the offensive line, a little bit of edge to them. They like to finish, So I think that's the backbone of their team is their offensive line.
Well, again, that's a big help when you can go and you can pass protect with a guy who's going to play it on Saturdays, and then guys hand the ball who's going to play on Saturdays too. having a line in front of them that can open things up.
I think everybody on the team's going to be playing on Saturdays.
It'd be redundant.
We're not going to focus. That's the one thing I think a lot of people get caught up in is they focus on the players and this and that. And look, we're just going to focus on what our assignments are, what our job is, and we're going to try to win it, one play at a time. Yeah,
and I will tell you that I don't think that any of our players on our team are overwhelmed by the idea of playing IMG.
Oh, I don't think so now. Not what we've been through.
A lot of them have seen it before and like, okay, just another team.
I'd say, not as a whole, but I think probably at every position group has seen one of the top players in the country. We faced the top receiver in the country. We faced two quarterbacks top in the country. We faced one of the best D linemen in the country. Now, not as a collective, but Coco had the D end, and we played two quarterbacks going to Michigan.
Right, but you're right. Across the board, you've seen every good situation.
Now, just not all together.
All together, So that's kind of how it is. So everybody's seen a little something. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun, and no doubt about it. And I know the fans are going to be excited as well. With that, we'll take our final break, come back to Bogies, and talk a little bit about where we are. Give a little mid-season report card to see how the Indians are, see where you're thinking things are going, and see where hopefully we're headed.
Yeah.
Be right back here right after this.
Thank you to our 2024 sponsors, Jenkins Chevrolet, the Hupp Group, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Tervis Tumbler, Absolute Aluminum.
Last, we'll have to thank SCF, State College of Florida, Lightning Fast Car Wash, Bogies of Venice, and Chick-fil-A in Pelican Plaza.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And welcome back to the John Peacock Coach Show. And Coach, here we sit, 6-0 for the season. Played a massively challenging schedule based on teams that were ranked very high in the state, right? Some ranked in the nation. We are now at that point where we are a team that's ranked in the nation. How do you look at where we are and where we hope to be?
Well, I don't know anything about the rankings and all that stuff. We're just trying to take it one game at a time. And obviously we've done our job for our first 6 games, which has, in return put us in a great situation for the playoff picture. Ultimate goal is to get in the playoffs, and really you want to be the number 1 seed so you have all home field advantage.
That's been a big deal the last
huge.
Bunch of years. Yeah.
Huge. So we want to make sure that we're playing at home. And so we've done our job, really. We've done our job. Now we still have a big district game on the horizon. We still have some other big games on the horizon. But, right now we're focused on putting the best product we can on the field for Friday night against one of the perennial best teams in the land.
No doubt. And with this version of Venice Indian football, have you seen the maturity and the confidence build over the games, the last couple of some of the guys' first opportunities to play with us or start for Venice in particular?
Yeah, it's really kind of been a different feel this week leading up to the IMG game other than the past. We've always played them real early.
Yes.
Extremely early, and except for 17. We played them week 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a much greater success. Now, was that because we played them later, or was that because 2017 were really good? But I really feel like we have a mature group that is excited. Like generally, they're really excited for the opportunity to play them.
Yeah,
I don't think they're scared. I don't think they're worried about it. I just think they're like, man, we got a great opportunity.
And you're battle tested, and you're not afraid of and you've been in this situation before. Yeah. So these kids are. It's not that it's commonplace, not that it's not special in some cases, but I think that they recognize the fact that they know what they're capable of, and they're capable of great things. And this is what would be one to happen on Friday night. So we'll see what happens. Again, another big crowd if we can have one in Venice at Powell Davis Stadium.
I think last time we played IMG,
it was huge.
People were circled around the new gym, and
it's,
they had to send them home.
And
we couldn't let them in.
It's random people coming to see
yeah,
this thing. So
for sure. It's a little different. We're gonna get our Venice crowd, and then we're gonna get the people just around the area want to see that game.
Want to see that kind of game, no doubt about it. With that 7:30, Powell Davis Stadium. We want you there for sure. If you can't, Vibrant Aspect Media, VSN Network, starts about 7 o'clock with a pregame show. And we're looking forward to if you guys want to watch it there, we can sure entertain you.
330,000 views so far this season. That is huge.
So
we have to I think if you're a business that want to sponsor, you are getting some views on these.
It's becoming more and more of a thing that we're noticing too. It's just not people from Venice. A lot of people are watching because the product.
It's everywhere.
The product on the field and the product.
But everyone in Venice, I think we get people that watch it, even that come to the game.
Oh yeah,
go back and watch it.
That's it.
So I mean, talk about everyone in town. There's every bar you go to on Friday night, it's on. So what a great way to advertise your business with, and then support our program at the same time.
No doubt. I always go back to years ago. Sunshine Network used to do a Sunday morning replay of the Gator game.
Yeah.
And my butt wasn't watching. I was at the game, and I would be the one watching it on Sunday morning. So I think the same thing's happening.
I mean, there aren't 330,000 people in Venice.
No, there's not. But again, that's what because people are watching it, and it's great. You can.
I haven't met anyone that hasn't watched it.
I think you're right. I think if you're on Venice football, that's what you're definitely watching it. There's no doubt about that. Well, Coach, good luck on Friday night. Hoping for the best, obviously, and we're like I said, everybody will be there having a good time, and hopefully we'll leave there having a good time.
Let's go. Let's get everybody there.
Thank you guys for watching the John Peacock Coach Show. I'm John Masoni for Coach Peacock. See you here next time on the John Peacock Coach Show.
What time is it? Game time. 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 Going beast mode when the game begin. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an